is oh, I think I might have. Media source. Okay. Over thirds. Yeah, I think I might have actually took out the camera by mistake. Oh well. So I'm not even gonna worry about it right now. I'm just not even gonna worry about it. So just in case anybody has not done so already, you are looking at the image, a still image of the third channel at this moment in time. If you or anybody that you know like the content and would like to help a brother start a brand new platform for the third time, by all means, you can clear cut subscribe directly to the Seji Zone, um, and you will, you know, be able to do a very great deed. Um, and I also want to give a shout out, and I just recently got the notification from a Miss Carter. Not sure if you might just so happen to see this live stream, but much love and appreciation. And thank you for the donation to the channel. I'm not sure if you might be a part of the first channel or the second channel, but again, much love, respect, and appreciation to you and yours for the donation. Also, much love and appreciation to anybody else who has also donated to the channel as well, because I, completely understand that everybody's going through their own things in life, and for whatever reason, you guys are able to see fit throughout whatever that you're going through to donate to the channel, and I am highly 100% um, appreciative of any and all of the donations that you guys have sent so far. Like I said, you never know. Might be helping a brother stay out of jail. You never know. Woo! In every single joke, there's a little bit of truth. But anyways, we are going to get into the very first story here, which has to do with a pension fund hack, which recently took place. As of the story was um, put out June 23rd of 2023, and it goes as stated: the country's largest public pension fund states that personal information of about 769,000 retired California employees and other beneficiaries, including Social Security numbers, was among data stolen by Russian criminals in the breach of a popular file transfer application. It blamed the breach on a third party vendor that verifies deaths. The same vendor, PBI Research Services, and Berwin Group also lost the personal data of at least 2.5 million Genworth financial policy holders, including Social Security numbers, to the same criminal gang. The California Public Employee Retirement System stated that they were offering affected members 2 years of free credit monitoring. Genworth also stated that in a statement posted online, it will offer credit monitoring and ID theft protections. The breach of the Move It file transfer program, discovered last month, is estimated by cybersecurity experts to have compromised hundreds of organizations globally. Confirmed victims include the United States Department of Energy and several other federal agencies. More than 9 million motorists in Oregon and Louisiana, Johns Hopkins University, and Ernst and Young, and BBC and British Airways. The criminal gang behind the hack, known as CLOP or CLOP, is extorting victims, threatening to dump their data online if they do not pay up. Genworth disclosed the hack Thursday of Move It Instance Manager by PBI Research in a filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Minnesota-based PBI Research did not immediately return a phone message seeking details on which of its other customers may have been affected. The company's website lists Nevada, New Jersey, and Tennessee public pension funds as among customers of its morally verification services. Quote, this was stated by CalPERS CEO Maurice Frost, who stated, the external breach of the information is inexcusable. Our members deserve better. As soon as we learned about what happened, we took fast action to protect our members' financial interests as well as steps to ensure long term protections. CalPERS had more than 442 billion in assets as of December 31st and about 1.5 million members. Security experts state such so-called supply chain hacks expose an uncomfortable truth about the software organization's use. Network security is only as strong as the weakest digital link in the ecosystem. The stolen data includes names, birth dates, and social security numbers, and might also include names of spouses or domestic partners and children. CalPERS plans to send letters Thursday to those affected by the breach. CalPERS also stated PBI notified it of the breach on June 6th, the same day cybersecurity firms began to issue reports on the breach of MoveIt, whose marker IP switch is owned by Progress Software. PBI reported the breach to federal law enforcement, and CalPERS placed, quote, additional safeguards to protect the information of retirees who use the members' benefits website and visits a regional office. The agency did not elaborate on those safeguards, citing security reasons. So much love and appreciation. And shout out to any of those who just may so happen to be in Cali at this moment in time. I hope that you were not one of the ones, or any of your family were one of the ones who ended up getting hit by this data breach. This is something I've also covered um, various times throughout the years. Tried to inform people about um, cybersecurity and the lack of cybersecurity, and the threats, the looming threats that are out there, especially when dealing with these big corporations and these businesses, because a lot of times they're depending on other individuals to basically control and protect the information. And what inevitably ends up happening is that these larger corporations go to these other corporations, and then the other corporations who pretty much cover everybody's safety, they end up getting hacked because of whatever vulnerabilities that some outside entity is able to find out, therefore compromising everybody, as we can clearly see at this moment in time. The only thing I can pretty much tell people is that do as much research as you can. Um, to try to figure out if your information is out there, if you have been hacked, if you have been, compromised in any type of way, fashion, or form, and try to secure your information the best way possible. So now we're going to go over to the next story. And yes, it is a hackathon. So what you see here is a list of the victims, aka the companies, of the MoveIt cyber attack. It goes as stated at the end of May 2023, a zero-day vulnerability was discovered by risk analyzing firm Kroll, and June 7th of this year, Klopp, a ransomware gang, published on its blog that they have gained access to the servers of MoveIt software via a zealous payroll software, and urged the victims of contact via the blog post, as their email response could go at a snail's pace, as the numbers of victims related to the incident was large. Going forward, let's go over the list of victims that have been hacked by MoveIt. Number one, the United States Department of Energy. Number two, Shell Company. Number three, First National Bankers Bank. Number four, Putnam Investments. Number five, Data Site. Number six, Swiss Interest Company, OKK. Number seven, Leggett and Platt. Number eight, multinational firm PricewaterhouseCoopers, or PwC. Number nine, Ernst& Young. Number 10, Health Service Ireland. Number 11, BBC. Number 12, British Airways. Number 13, Boots Retail. Number 14, Medibank. 15, Rochester Hospital. 16, Green Shield Canada. Number 17, Data Site. Number 18, National Student Clearinghouse. Number 19, United Healthcare Student Resources. Number 20, University System of Georgia. Number 21, German brand Heidelberg. Number 22, Aer Lingus. Number 23, Government of Nova Scotia. Wait, whoops, I was going to say Nova Scotia. Government of Nova Scotia. Number 24, Johns Hopkins University. Number 25, Ofcom. Number 26, Transport of London, or TFL. Need a little bit of water for a brief second. Excuse me. Number 27, Ernst & Young. Number 28, Gen Digital, the parent company of Avast, Norton, ABG, Avera, and LifeLock. Number 29, New York Department of Education attack impacted about 45K students. We'll get to that one next. Number 30, Siemens Energy. And last but not least, number 31, Schneider Electronic. And also, side note, Microsoft has confirmed the presence of clock ransomware suspects linked to Russian intelligence behind the incident and reaffirmed that health organizations and financial institutions could be the next target of the notorious file encrypting malware spreading gang that is into double extortion. So, excuse me, what that's basically letting you know is that nobody is safe. We are living in a clear-cut digital age, and anybody at any point in time, anywhere, can literally be hacked. If you have a device, you too can be hacked. You got a cell phone, you got a tablet, you have a computer, you got a smartwatch, you got a bank account. Everything that we have at this moment in time is digital. It is directly online. So I don't want anybody out here to be ignorant and think that, oh, well, you know, it happened to those large companies. It won't happen to me. Yes, it can. It's happened to a lot of people before. Again, I've covered these same instances of these organizations, these hacking organizations, who hacked Target and who have done a variety of things of such like that, and put millions upon millions upon millions of people's information, such as social security, credit card, or bank account information at risk, right? All for, you know, money, all for, you know, extortion, for these companies to basically hand over some millions of dollars in order to have the safe return of the information of their customers. So again, this is the age that we are currently in at the moment in time. We're not in the early 2000s. We're not in the 90s, and we're certainly not in the 80s, where things were pretty much, you know, paper, right? Cursive writing and everything of the such. We're not in those times. So again, if possible, you know, do your research. Figure out if the companies that your information may be associated with have been hacked. Figure out if any passwords that you have been hacked. Change your passwords quite frequently. Um, you know, use a variety of different means to create a password. Also, make sure to, you know, potentially have that password written on a piece of paper so that you don't have to keep it on your web browser or anything like that. Because again, any web browsers or things that we use, they can very easily be hacked and your information is gone in less than 60 seconds, literally. Time and time again, this has happened over the years, and it's like people just don't understand, you know, specifically what is going on, or they refuse to go out there and, you know, get the information. Now, the other thing that I want to also touch on is the fact that very easily, another side to this is that some of these entities could be government ran or a variety of things of that sort, and they could cause certain things to transpire in order to move people into a whole nother area, right? So a lot of these businesses or these corporations or people have been hacked. So now they're telling people, okay, well, you got hacked. So, you know, we're going to offer free credit monitoring, or we're going to have you move over here to these people because they seem a lot more secure. Again, money is everywhere. There's a money trail that leads to a variety of different places. So again, I don't want people to be, um, ignorant and think that, yeah, it's just some type of cyber group directly out here doing this. Again, the government, time and time and time and time and time again, has done a variety of underhanded things, um, in order to benefit, in order to slide money, left and right. So let's go over one of the main ones that was listed, and that was let me see if I can go back to it. It was the New York school that was listed. I forgot which number it actually was. There we go. Number 29, the New York City Department of Education attack impacted about 45K students. So that is the next story that we are going to head directly into in this hackathon here. And it goes as stated. Go back up. A widespread data breach in New York City schools have compromised the sensitive information of thousands of students and staffers. Approximately 45,000 students plus school employees and service providers were affected. The confidential data taken includes social security numbers, dates of birth, employee IDs, and OSIS numbers, and the 9-digit numbers issued to all students who have attended the city public schools. Over 19,000 documents were accessed from the file transfer system, Move It, and 9,000 social security numbers were stolen. The DOE stated in a letter to the staff that the documents include student evaluations, progress reports, Medicaid reports, and records related to DOE employees' leave status. Quote, this was stated by Nathaniel Stayer. The safety and the security of our students and staff include their personal information and data. It is the utmost importance for the New York City Department of Education. We recently learned that a security vulnerability in third-party file sharing software, Move It, which has impacted both private and government customers globally. He continues stating that working with NYC Cyber Command, we immediately took steps to remediate, and an internal investigation revealed that certain DOE files were affected. Move It has been the target of an apparent global hacking campaign. Vulnerabilities in the software, which is widely used throughout the federal government as well, have led to intrusions within numerous agencies, including the United States Department of Energy. The DOE stated that it was cooperating with the NYPD and the FBI investigations. Parents, now pay very close attention, they stated parents have not yet been notified directly of the breach, but notifications to individuals who information was compromised will begin this summer. Now, before I keep reading, I just want to let y'all know how ridiculous that is. You mean to tell me that you have kids directly in the New York City school system, their data has been compromised, it might be somewhere out there on the internet, and you're not going to put out a large broadcast in order to let the parents know that, hey, a system that we used in order to hold your children's information has been compromised, and there is a potentiality that your child's information could potentially be out there. This is what I consistently tell y'all, that the school systems do not care about your kids. They're like, okay, well, we're not going to tell everybody. We're not going to really try to cause a ruckus about this or really inform every single parent. We're just going to tell the ones that we know of that have really been compromised. We're not going to tell everybody. That's ridiculous. That is so ridiculous to do something like that. It makes zero sense. Again, you put your kids, you put your trust as a parent, as a guardian, you put your trust and your faith in the school system to protect your children. That also means if you hand over a copy of the birth certificate, the social security, medical information, whatever it is, you're allowing them to have this because you have a blind trust and a faith. And this is what the school system does. We're going to notify a select few. We're not going to notify all of you. Like I said, I need parents to start paying attention. Officials did not immediately share how many staff members were impacted. No education department data has been published as a result of the breach so far. Stayer stated that currently we have no reason to believe that there is any ongoing unauthorized access to DOE systems. The information was taken during a specific window of time, and that was according to the DOE, which didn't detail when the hack happened. Those implications will be offered access. Oh, sorry. Those impacted will be offered access to an identity monitoring service. Quote, we have already been in direct communications with the chancellor's team to mitigate the impact. And that was stated by a council of supervisors and administration union who stated that, and also later stated, we will be monitoring the situation closely over the weekend to make sure the city is taking the necessary immediate actions to protect you and the families you serve. We will insist that the DOE provide you with necessary communications to share with your community members, and we will advocate that the DOE provide appropriate credit fraud protections to anyone whose information was compromised. They later stated that in January of 2022, the personal data of about 820,000 current and former city public school students was compromised by a breach of Illuminate Educations. Illuminate was a taxpayer funded software company the DOE used to track grades and attendance, resulted in a hacker gaining access to students' names, birth dates, ethnicity, and English speaking, special education, and free lunch status. The DOE later banned that vendor. So, like I said before, that's about three different hacks, all of which that took place this year, putting your children's information at risk. And again, I've tried to inform and tell people that you got to be very cautious, you got to be very vigilant when it comes to your information. We all saw what happened with Facebook. I tried to inform you guys of a ongoing lawsuit directly dealing with Facebook and how it is that if you had a Facebook profile in between, I think the years of 2007, all the way up until roughly now, that you could very easily potentially get some money if you fill out the form and yada, yada, yada. So, like I said, I try to do what I can in order to let people know specifically the things that are going on, out here and how those things could potentially impact you, spouse, partner, loved one, or, what have you. Um, so, yeah. Yep. Life, what is up? What is up? What is up? Miss Belton, what is going on? Games, what is up? What is up? War, good morning. DC, what is up? What is up? Officer Haku's in the building. What is going on? So, as I stated to you guys before, I was going to do my best just to try to, keep live stream pretty short. Ain't trying to waste nobody time. Usually ain't nothing, technically moving with these live streams. So, again, I use the live streams to cover, quite a few stories. So I won't have to, in a sense, put out a lot of videos, or I'll just so happen to, cut the videos later or what have you. Because again, some people don't happen to watch the live streams. So, it's a double-edged sword when it comes to these types of things. So I'm going to let y'all have at it. Have a good morning, and I will see you in the next live stream.